Hello everyone, and welcome to the first art prompt for the Compassion Project Presents Art for Resilience. This week's theme is based on something called collective grief and being able to express that grief and share it with others. Grief is something that we are all going through at this moment. In our current state of affairs, we've had to cancel a lot of plans, change our schedules, and grief is dealing and processing with the loss of something. And so this project is going to help us deal and process that loss and learn from those feelings and understand that those feelings are okay and important to share with others. Bottling up our emotions can be harmful. We might act a certain way that we don't really want to act, say things that we don't really mean that might be harmful or hurtful to others. So instead, today, let's use those feelings of loss and translate them into something positive. So the explanation of this particular prompt is to acknowledge the feelings that we're feeling and associate those feelings with color. What does that emotion feel like? What color could represent that emotion? And we want to express those emotions on paper. We will spend a moment making a color chart of our emotions. What emotions are you feeling or have you felt recently? And what colors do you associate with those? This is completely up to you. And as we get going, we'll spend some time really working on what it is you're feeling and what colors you want to represent those emotions. If you don't have colors available at home, think about the kind of line that you'd want to create. And I will demonstrate this as we go on. Then, after we have our color wheel, or kind of a key that explains what colors represent our emotions, we want to practice expressing those emotions. And we're going to do that with music. So just really quickly, I want to go through our materials list. You will want to have 2 pieces of paper or something to draw on. For example, I'm going to be using cardboard from my recycling pile just because it's something that I had that was accessible. And you may want to make sure you have a hard surface to work on, whether you're working on a table or a floor. Make sure you have a notebook or something that allows you to draw on. And then something to draw with. So if you have colored materials, crayons, colored pencils, markers, that's great. If you do not have colors at home right now, using a pen or pencil will be just fine. And again, I'll show you how to change kind of the quality of your line to represent a particular emotion. Keep in mind that everyone who is doing this is going to come up with something completely different. Okay, so I just took some time to do my emotional color chart. So I chose happy, sad, tired, hungry, and energized. And you can see the colors I used to represent. For those of you who don't have colors at home, remember that we can use any pen or pencil, marker, what have you, and use the way we draw our line to represent those emotions as well. So all of those colors and qualities of line now give me an idea of how I want to acknowledge those emotions and express them on paper. So step 1, make your color chart. Remember, you're going to put on a song that you now want to draw and color to. So we're going to work with using the color chart that we created with our emotions and creating a piece of art now, dealing with the ways in which we feel. So here we go. So I want you to think of a song, pick any song. It could be something that you love, maybe a song that you've never heard of before, but you want to practice how that song makes you feel. And while you're listening to that song, think about the emotions that you're feeling. Do the drums cause a particular sensation? Are there lyrics? Do those mean something to you? Do you feel like dancing? Is it a song that just makes you feel relaxed? feel those feelings and think about what those feelings would look like if they were a color. So during this process, what we'll do is use our colors or other drawing material to feel that music. You may want to close your eyes, and this will help you kind of get into place and really feel that music. And don't think about actually drawing anything, not an object or anything, but simply expressing those emotions with line and color. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you had fun. I will share with you what I created. Keep in mind the top one is where I was using color, and then the bottom half here is when I was just using different kinds of line and mark making. So I just want to go over what we learned in this exercise. First and foremost, we acknowledge that we're feeling emotions. We have a broad range of emotions that change often. And it's important to process those and understand the ways in which we're feeling. Sometimes it's really hard to put into words and talk about the way we feel, and this exercise allows us to express those feelings without having to really explain. So I just want to thank you all for trying this exercise with me. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing to the Compassion Project Presents Art for Resilience. More art coming your way. Thank you so much. We hope you've enjoyed.